Greetings, everyone. This is me again, Sarah Bizak. Like always, come to help the Muslims leave Islam, seeing for themselves, and keep away from Islam. So here I am remembering this ayat, Surah of Surah Nahl, ayat 43. And here we will go round and round, looking at the Sunni, what the Sunnis say, what some other Muslim commentators say, starting from the Shia commentary in the multilingual Quran. So even as a Shia, I found myself going round and round. And now, even as an ex-Shia, ex-Muslim, on this verse, like, what shall we do, right? So many contradictions in the Quran I've been finding and sharing here, and this other one. So first we need to know Prophet Muhammad, right? The evidence for Prophet Muhammad. Who could it be? The Quran? Well, I thought about it. The Quran, there are previous scriptures which are corrupted. They say they are revelations or given to Ahle, like Jews and the Christians who are called the Ahle Kitab then. So, book or revelation given to them. And then they have been changed or something like this. We were told, didn't really know what exactly it was until reading the Quran ayat that they, not in written, they change it in perhaps, with the word, with their mouths. And then I think I found another ayat that they change it in writing also. I'm not sure about this. In my previous ayat, live stream, previous ayat, I stumbled upon another ayat. Let me see if they change it by writing also. So I'll have to search it out. Maybe I should search it out. No? Let's see if anyone so comes here and joins or something for the live stream. There's only one person here. It's okay. So while I'm waiting, if others would join, let's see. I can search out this ayat that they change the scriptures in writing. Quran ayat. So this is how I'm going here. So woe to those who write the scripture with their own hands, then say, this is from Allah. Oh, so there are scribes. It's like this in Surah Baqarah. It's 79 actually. This one ayat, and then I'll show you how I've been going round and round with this Surah Nahl ayat 43. First and foremost, I was, I proved the prophet wrong, false. So now this ayat doesn't make sense and to me at all. Surah Nahl ayat 43, and to show the Sunnis and Shias both, where you both are wrong on this. So, and how it just takes us round and round. I wonder if I've said this properly. So there is an ayat here, the scribes. So woe to those who write the scripture with their own hands. You see, so for this ayat, as a Shia, but thinking we're taking some things here and there from majlises, uh, and coming to the point, coming to the conclusion that they've changed the scriptures, even writing it wrongly. This is in writing. They've changed their scripture. It's from Allah. Say this is from Allah in order to exchange it for a small price. Woe to them for what their hands have written, and woe to them for what they earn. So, therefore, woe unto those who write the scripture with their hands and then say this is from Allah, that they may purchase a small gain therewith. Woe unto them for their hands have written, for that their hands have written. So you can do a tafsir, you can read it, maybe understand it, I don't know, or maybe get more confused about this. Now, uh, so I don't believe in Prophet Muhammad because of many ayats from the Quran, like contradictory ayats. Surah Tahrim ayats, always going back to that. Remember recently also going back to Surah Tahrim ayat. How could he? So he worships his wives, going to please his wives, going against what Allah has given to the believers in Surah Maida at 87, I think, yeah, that you, and what he's told the Jews and the Christians, the Lord's that they take and how they take it. So taking the tafsir, one of the tafsirs of the Muslim commentators or from Muslim commentators and chains of narration. From there, I showed you that he worshipped Aisha and Hafsa, his wives, going back to Surah Tahrim. So all this showing you that how much, I mean, many like evidences coming up against him. If you're that kind of a Sunni who believes in that narration, then see that he's now worshipping. He's taken Aisha and Hafsa as Lord. Then, right, going against the command of Allah, prohibiting himself what Allah had made lawful for him, seeking to please his wives. And pleasing is like obeying, more, and it's and yeah, or it's a part of that, pleasing or obeying against the law of God. So the ayats which go against the Jews and the Christians can be used here for Surah Tahrim, like he's done it on against the Prophet himself. He's done it himself, seeking to please. I don't know how to put this. Like you see, obeying and pleasing. Like you only go to please Allah, right? No one else. And in pleasing, Radi, in making Allah, no, in pleasing Allah. So obedience, bringing your attention to that, like maybe your minds haven't thought of that. Um, that's not only obedience to Allah and the Messenger, but also pleasing Allah alone. How could he go pleasing his wives, the Prophet himself? So this very important point I have to point out to those Sunni Muslims who believe this tafsir is right of Surah Tawbah at 31. I hope you get it. I hope I've explained it. And now since I have a hard decision, or I can't make decisions, as so I went to psychiatrist, and I guess the doctors know better. Then I was like, shall I do this? Because some Muslims have come here saying to me, or even you would say to the Shias also, with their ulamas and marjas, that go to your religious scholars, like go to the religious scholar. Which one? The one uh, you go to, or the one the Shias go to? And even if the Shias come here telling me to go to my religious scholars, and I had to depart from them and do my own research And then thinking that if even if my mind now is not capable of making its own decisions in this whatever mental challenges that I have, emotional, ruhani, or we would say spiritual bimaris, diseases that cause this mental illness or something, right? So go to a Rouhani healer like in Pakistan, I thought of, and there were available Rouhani of the spirit healers, not only the mind, or maybe the mind comes with the spirit, uh, Rouhani spiritual healers. So the mind being connected to the spirit, and they will help you, or maybe you can come out of this mental challenge or whatever. But the point here is that when the doctor told me you can't make a decision right now, you need to be admitted in the hospital, and if you don't take this advice, and but she had to take a signature from my younger brother, right, for me, that okay, so you're taking responsibility, because the doctor felt responsible that I should be admitted. And so she felt responsible for me. Like if I harm myself, although there hasn't been a incident lately or since 8 years that I have harmed myself, but maybe they want to keep me under observation while giving me medication. As I now said, okay, again, I'll try. So in the hospital for some time, but the harm thing came up. Anyways, that's my that's update on my that's my personal issue. What you need to know here, what we need to know here, is that even okay, you would say that you still need to, you can't make decisions, and so that was a tough thing. Like, should I be doing this? Right? Maybe you won't believe in me in this, or won't even see this. Give me a chance, perhaps you won't be, as I'm not an expert at this, right? So we're going discovering all this. And maybe even the alims, my religious scholars, can hopefully, I'd be, they can come here. I'd be really grateful, appreciated, and look at this, whether I'm wrong about this or right about this. The experts also, Shia Quran experts I've called and all this, right? Very humbly. And then I wondered that, okay, my mind that is like I'm not capable enough to make decisions for myself. Then who, like someone has to guide me to know this, my Islam, like my religion. And so I don't have that much knowledge. And also those who say we don't have much knowledge, so let's consult the experts of Islam, the translators of the Quran. Like if your mother tongue is not Arabic, let's consult our translators of our own language, the ones who translate the Quran. All this, problems. So it's like, I remembered an ayat which says, of course, that this we all know, right? That the Quran was sent upon Prophet Muhammad's heart by the trusted spirits. So he didn't even know how to read. And Jibril came to him. So couldn't God have made us all, given us all in this way? So that we then, asking experts, if we don't know, then ask those who know. Surah. So back to this, right? Surah Nahel, ayat 43. If you don't know, oh, I'm going to show you this ayat also. Did I show? If you don't know, and this thing, oh, sorry, this revelation has come upon your heart. Surah Shuara, ayat 194. And Muslims in conflict. So let me just, oh God, let me just share the screen again. It was a mistake, Sureshwara. So not knowing, even the prophet, right? And he didn't go for knowledge, asking people at this time when the revelation came on him. He didn't need an expert at this time, or did he? Oh, he had to go and ask Khadija. Tell Khadija. That's in the Sunni. I was told, but maybe in Allama. No, no, I'm not sure about this. I can't. In our Shia Islam, I think we don't believe that he went to Khadija. No, yeah, like the Sunnis have it in the sources that he ran. He thought it was a devil or something who had possessed him. So the trusted spirit comes on him. Sunnis, this is for the Sunnis. So partially for some Muslims, non-Shia Muslims. Trusted spirit comes on him. What do we need? Like my question is, if you are not an expert and you need witnesses even, like the women, they need, they're equal to, two of them are equal to one man in witness for some things. So this also, like, can you trust your own mind, your own, like when it says the Quran ayat to use your mind, intellect, can the women trust their intellect to understand these Quran ayats, or do they need a male religious scholar, alim? So, like, you know, experts have seen in real life experience that I can blow dry my hair, but it won't turn out the way I go to a salon and an expert professional. And then when they blow dry my hair, it's different, right? So I get doubts like, shall I be doing this? And then something tells me, yes, I should, because I should know about my religion and I should have studied it. Like they say to me, even my Sayyid Shia said, you should have studied the Quran in Arabic. What, your parents, he was blaming my parents. Then, why didn't they teach you? And all this. And I forgot to tell him at that time that I found a mistake in Allah, written Allah. And my own, the Shia teacher, male teacher, said he was coming to teach me. And he said, I'll find out if there's a reason, I will come back. If there's no reason, I will not come back. And you're right. In Allah, written Allah, there is this, the mistake. So this way, like, how shall we see? And I'm a bit slow and taking medication. So please bear with me. I'm kind of drowsy, at times sleepy. I've been sleeping a lot, but still sleepy, kind of. Bear with me. If I don't understand this, like, see, that's why I wanted something direct so that my heart, I know from inside for sure, right? Many things shake your faith, also that. But that is secondary. The first, yeah, like it's a factor. But the first and foremost is that God should have put guidance in your soul, knowledge in your soul or spirit instead. And then these should have been just guidelines. So now, a Christian, maybe you say Christianity is not true, the way they take Christianity. Muslims would say that. And then consult whom? Consult our specialists. Their specialists, their experts say that Christianity is true. So we have all these problems. Then I read Jiddu Krishnamurti and I felt a lot of these religious problems, like many religions, which one is true? Uh, it solved that issue. Like looking and going together, discovering as friends together would be better than all this. So the Christian experts and religious scholars, Pope can be wrong, Catholics, you see. Now there's Lutheranism, there's evangelists. So they say the Catholics are wrong. Pope, meaning the Pope is wrong. Upon your heart that you may be of the warners. This ayat, Surah 26, ayat 194, he wasn't, and he was taught by God directly. So why can't we be taught by God or given the revelation by God to make it easy and without any confusion then? But in the Quran, then again, the contradiction comes. Not only are, so according to, I opened the Quran ayat, according to the Shias on this ayat commentary, Surah 16, ayat 43. Please bear with me. In the end, maybe I will be able to explain properly what I mean by all this. It will be explained to you, or you can correct me, or you can understand it even better and pick it up quickly. Then, even if I fail to explain it by the end, right? So, Surah 16, ayat 43 says, "And before thee also the messengers we sent were but men to whom we granted inspiration." Was it? "If you realize this not, ask of those who possess the message." Sorry, the ayat translation is kind of different. I thought I was reading a different, I had made a mistake here. Okay. So ask those if you do not know. So ask those if you do not know. Now, Zikr Puya Ali commentary. This is the Shia website, and I forgot to put it on the screen. It would be better if you can't see it properly. You can open it on the open the website Quran dot right al-islam.org. Go to this Surah Nahl, which I've shown you how to use this ayat. If you're new, sorry, you can go to just search Google search multilingual Quran, and then just tap, you know, on these Kamedi Puya Ali commentary, and then go here in this box, hit the Surah Nahl ayat. It will give you displays here. Display and scroll down for the ayat 43 and the commentary. So zikr, okay, but now starting for the commentary of Surah 16, ayat 43, Shia commentary. Zikr refers to the Quran, and it is also one of the names of the Holy Prophet. See the commentary of Al-Hijr, Surah Hijr meaning, and Talaq. Surah Talaq, ayat, Surah Hijr, ayat 9, and Surah Talaq, ayat 10 and 11. Ahl al-Zikr, people of the Zikr are the Ahl al-Bayt. See the commentary of Al-Baqarah and Hadith al-Thaqalain on page 6. Oh, the page 6 is, pages, numbers are not given on this website, I think. So, Akamedi Puya says, Zikr literally means to call back to memory, or in other words, to have something in conscience, something in conscious mind. It has been used figuratively for a stimulus which brings an object into the focus, of consciousness. To be conscious of Allah, the Quran, the other scriptures, and the Holy Prophet has been described as zikr. This needs a deep, thing, contemplation, pondering over. Like, the Hindus using idols and keep in the memory that God sent down avatar or something, or a goddess's idol. So here you're told focus. So you have to bring the mind in, or something, bring into conscious mind. So now you have to bring it first. Remember, there's the conscious, pure consciousness, and then it goes down to the conscious mind, maybe. You see, this is why we haven't been explained this properly or shown this. And if you go to a Hindu, Advaita Vedanta, and ask him what is this, maybe he can explain it even better than our Shias have. Just put it like this here. Some commentators, okay, continuing, some commentators hold that the here zikr refers to the previous scriptures, and al zikr refers to the Jews and the Christians, or maybe the Bani Israel or Bani Adam, God knows. But it is certainly a bad example of misinterpretation, meaning some of your commentators, Muslim commentators, hold, not Christians or Jews. Please understand this. So, but it certainly is a bad example of misinterpretation because and it is certainly a bad example. And it has misinterpretation because even an ordinary teacher of Islamic ideology, or yes, it's certainly a bad example of it's a good example of misinterpretation, I would say, right? Good example of misinterpretation because even an ordinary teacher of Islamic ideology would not command a Muslim to refer to the Jewish and Christian scholars, but they believe that these are the Al Zikr are the Jews and the Christians. You see, so it's a good example of misinterpretation and contradiction in this. A Muslim command, okay, Islamic would not command a Muslim teacher of Islamic, a religious scholar, a Muslim religious scholar would not command a Muslim to refer to the Jewish and Christian scholars to remove his doubts, leave alone the all-wise Lord of the worlds. Zikr means to be conscious of Allah, and ahl refers to those who are always conscious of Allah, as asserted in Surah Nur ayat 37. Also, zikr means the Quran and the Holy Prophet, and ahl refers to the people identified with the Holy Prophet and the Quran, thoroughly purified, Surah Azab ayat 33, and are always with the Quran as per Hadith al-Thaqlain, right? So this is for the Shias to understand, and if you don't understand that, sorry, I cannot. Like these Ahl Zikr, they are the messengers' family, right? So just a minute, a message has come. I'm sorry. So these, about this, this part are always with the Quran as per, you need to know what Hadith is, al-Saqlain is, and what are the contents, what it tells you. So sorry if you don't know that. I cannot right now explain that to you here. So for now, this is enough. Sorry to the brothers, Sunni and non-Muslim brothers, sisters. I cannot explain this right. So ask those who know. Even the Muslims are in contradiction in this, right? The Shia say they are not Jews and Christians. They are the Ali Muhammad. They are the progeny of Muhammad, the family of Muhammad. That you should be asking. Ask those who know if you do not know, and if you don't, if you want a book, like if you want to understand all this, ask those who know. If you who know, this is the way Tejani has titled his book. Ask those who know if you do not know. I think by Tejani book. And it's ask those who know. Al Tejani Muhammad. You can find this free book. You can read it online. Okay, I'm sharing it for you to see it on the screen. I hope it's come on this. Yeah, this one. It's come, but it hasn't come on my screen. Now it is on the other device. A little bit late on the other mobile device. Okay, also know. So if you want to understand this, you can understand it more deeply. You can do your research on this. Now, even as a Shia, I would be going round and round, not knowing that I'm going round and round, just accepting what the expert, my religious scholars have told me, reading Tejani, the book I had in Karachi, bought. Now, let me show you something, another thing, right? So, in this, unless you are an expert or God gives you revelations, there's a lot of problems happening and contradictions. Or God gives you revelations like he gave Prophet Muhammad with through the trusted spirit on your heart, or you then go when mentally challenged even, or like you haven't reached adulthood, that maturity in you, and your parents are telling you what the true religion is, and your teachers telling you and teaching you the Quran and all this basic things, and you accept that. But later on in your life, you go brainwashed, and as a Shia, as a Sunni, and or you do your research like I did, and find out that, oh my God, there are many contradictions, and how am I supposed to do this and understand this? Or go to, like I tried to ask the Ismailis, go to the page, or if shy, just call out to Imam, Ismaili Imam, read some of their books online, their articles. Like this, it's like. So let me show you some very stark, like a lot of problems in this, right? Unless you may have mental challenges, physical challenges in life that stop you. You can't be an expert. The expert tells you this is your limit. Today, you cannot decide upon your life whether you want to stay in the hospital or not, and or go home. So a big challenge, hard questions. So what about my religion then, or the past religion on Islam also? That question came up. And which religious scholar would you ask me to consult this? When Sunnis come, I ask them this, like, which religious scholar shouldn't I be consulting? I mean, aren't there religious scholars in Shia Islam? Aren't there religious scholars in Christianity? Aren't there religious scholars in Judaism? So you see the contradictions. You get the contradiction. Like you're telling me, but you're telling Christianity is wrong. So those Christian religious scholars are all wrong, even though experts in their religion. Judaism, their religious scholars are all wrong, even though experts in their religion, knowledgeable men, right? So is it enough to be an expert in your religion, or to be a religious scholar for you to give the truth and teach the truth? and guide. No, it is not. This also. The point comes in, and so I said that I'll be looking into the Mullah Sadra essence of Allah and all this, but it's very that's for now for me to contemplate. It may take a long time. So from in my previous one of my previous live streams, I said I think we reached I reached Mullah Sadra. Then I also went to Surah Zumar ayat. Remember the time? One of my previous recent live streams. So direct your face toward the religion inclining to truth of the fitra of Allah. So Mullah Sadra says that God doesn't have a fitra, like a nature. There's no nature of God. A little bit I read on that. You can correct me if I'm wrong. And the essence, God doesn't have an essence. So existence precedes his essence, and God doesn't have an essence. So this ayat Mullah Sadra, they could say that the fitra of Allah, which He has created all people. Something about this is wrong in this ayat. Like if you take Mullah Sadra's point of view and philosophy and reality that he wants to convey to you about Allah, so you will say, okay, even there, Mullah Sadra, I mean, Allah says, okay, Allah fitra nature is that He's existence, and you can make, you can reason out, make, make yourself believe that even coming through Mullah Sadra, we can explain this ayat. So what I had to do is stop this and go to. Uh, Something else now. I'm trying to look for it. I've done my research recently, searching for that here. If Allah intended to take a son, He would have chosen. Okay, then I went back to checking Surah Zumar ayat 4, checking, rechecking, and rechecking if I'm right about this. That if Allah intended, so His intent. Remember, I did this ayat? If you're new, I'm remember, Surah Zumar ayat 4, like, is his intention lower than what he really is? So he says here, if he intended to take a son, he could have chosen from what he creates, right? Whatever he willed. Glory be to Allah. He is the one, the irresistible. Could it affect if he even chose a son, like not begetting a son, but choosing a son from his creation, could it affect what he is as Allah could it affect his glory, his being Allah, the one, the irresistible? So even if we say his intention affects this, then there's something wrong with his intention, right? If you're a philosopher genius, you can help me in this. But what I sought out another ayat that I didn't want to bring here in my previous live streams on the Surah Zumar ayat 4. So now let's see Surah 6 ayat 101, which says, Allah, meaning He is the originator of the heavens and the earth. How could he have a son when he does not have a companion? Now, Christian Prince has explained this. This is like ridiculous. Even Bibi Maryam didn't have a companion to have a son. How can he say this? Allah said that he can have a son without having a companion, like He gave the miracle to Bibi Maryam. So, Christian Prince explained to us this is ridiculous, ludicrous. And another thing is and he created all things. Oh, noteworthy, noteworthy. Here he says, since he created all things, how can he have a son? Maybe from what he means is that he created from his creation. There he says in Surah Zumar that if he intended, he could have chosen from what he creates. So there is a contradiction in between these two ayats. So the hard philosophical problems in Islam and in between the ayats to explain, I may have problems. So I went to a very easy thing now. Easy contradiction that you can see. Surah Zumar ayat 4, he says, if Allah had intended, if he had done an irada, he could have taken a son, choosing from what he creates, whatever he willed. Do you get it? He creates what he creates from what he creates from what he creates. Here he's saying he could, right? Hello, little. It's like this baby is born from the. I didn't kill the little. It's a kind of a mosquito. It is here. He was on my finger. I don't want to kill it. It's a baby. Oh God, let it be. It's a okay. He's flown away. I just put my other device on my pillow. It's flown away. Pillow talk movie. Okay. So you see now this. So if I fail to explain all the rest on Mullah Sadra and the Shia, so what the Shia say against his teaching, why they excommunicated him and all this, then very easy point I've come to now. For all Muslims, no, that now, even the Shias, and let's even check the Ismaili, Surah Nahl, ayat 43. No, let's check Surah Zumar, Surah, what Surah Sorry, I was going the wrong way. To the Ismaili Quran, we go. Surah Zumar, where's it again? Lots of tabs open, bear with me. Uh, I keep forgetting the number of the chapter, 39. So we go to chapter 39, and I keep forgetting, although I've checked. Oh, so the verse 4 is there, right? Do you see it? Has it come? It's a bit late on my. Okay, here it's come. You see it? Verse 4 is there in Surah Zumar in the Ismaili Quran. Then let's check. So this is the one. If Allah intended, He could have taken a son from what He creates, and as He will, chooses and as He wills. So even His will. And then the other one is Surah uh, Anam. Is Surah Anam is 6th ayat, 101. So let's open. I'm opening Ismaili site. Going to the Quran again. Surah 6, ayat 101. Oh, Ismailis. Oh, I can't believe this. It's there. What a beautiful Imam you have. And what a beautiful community. When I was listening recently to Sir Sultan, Bhatia. I think, oh my God, another Smiley senior. He's in blood every way, Smiley. And I felt like crying inside. And of course, I miss my Kojas and Koja Sindhi and all this, right? At times like going. That's my mother's side. And also Smiley, although he's African, from Africa originally, but still like African Kojas. They sounded so much like, the Gujaratis, or if not the Kojas, but very near like Gujarati and Kojas. And then a Smiley blood in every way, full fledged is Smiley. It was making me like so, like, it was overwhelming just to find an Ismaili, talking to him. Sorry, listening to him. Sorry, not talking to him. Okay. Uh-huh. So God is the originator of the heavens and the earth, and how could he have a child when he has no spouse? There are two worlds, the world of creation, i.e. this world, which is tense, and the world of i.e. that world which is subtle, as God says in verse Surah Araf 7, ayat 54. Verily, his is the world of creation and the world of command. Blessed be Allah, the Lord of the worlds. His is the world of creation and the world of command. Is this hukum or amri? Amran, or what do you call it in Arabic? So you also have that authority, right? That you can, there ulil amr, whom you're supposed to obey among yourselves. Yeah, but he's made authority here, even though he himself, yeah, his is the creation and the command, but he's made authority here, human beings, in verses. So I don't know if I've, or shall I expound on this? The samawati al-ards, the originator of the heavens, Tawil of this, transformed the heavens and the earth into personal world, makes the cosmic. I'm just reading, I haven't read this, the enfolding of the universe is mentioned in Surah 21, ayat 104, the junction of the pearl of intellect and the hidden book is like the enfolded universe. You see, what my question is for the Ismailis here, religious scholars, is if you compare this ayat and no tafsir on explanation on, there's a contradiction, right? If you compare Surah Zumar ayat 4, so, and to the surah which is in the Islamic Quran, Surah 6 ayat 101, there's this question has come up, that there's a contradiction. In Surah Zumar, he says, if he intended, see, Ismaili is also helping you, trying to find this here. Oh, okay, I mean, see, there's no tafsir here, question asked or anything. So I'll take you to the ayat and so what to those right? No, where's the ayat? Sorry, share. So you see, it's 39. So if Allah had intended, if He had intended, if Allah had intended to take a son, surely it would there. He could have chosen, or yeah, they put could in brackets. So he could have chosen from what he creates. Oh, his khalq, right? His creation. Whatever he willed, even. So all intention, choosing, creation, and his will. And then it says, glory be to him. So could his, like, yes, why not then? Like, it's not like Allah cannot. And then, of course, if you say that Allah and his creation also. So am I doing this right? For now, I think I should not explain the whole thing again, but just that if he had chosen from what he creates, he could have chosen from what he creates. And there he says that this is his creation. This means, what does this mean? This ayat, Surah Anam ayat 101. If you had a companion, I don't have to do this, Christian prince, and I just explained it. He doesn't even need a companion. And another thing is this point, and he created everything. So, what does he say in Surah Zumar? He could have, if he intended, he could have chosen a son from his creation, what he willed. Think about it. And here he says, and he created. So there's, how shall I put it for you to? Sorry, I have this impediment. Can't explain to the point. Let's be. I hope I can explain this to show you. This is now. Do you see it? Do you see the contradiction? And it's his creation. So here you would say he can't. Wouldn't we say that if he in it's his creation, so he cannot even intend to choose from his creation. So that would be giving Allah a, what do you call that? Not being able to a like he cannot, limitations of Allah. He cannot. But there he says if he intends he can. So again I'm telling you that you see the contradiction of this in this ayat, Surah Zumar ayat. Because if you come to this ayat and you say, well, what are you going to say? The explanation on this point, if the religious scholars can further, see. This is my question to them. He can't, the originator, like his father of the heavens and the earth. How could he have a son? Right? He's the father, the originator. But Badiyo, like he's the bidat wala. Like bidat. The Sunnis have put this blame on the Shias that they do bid'ah, they bring innovations in their religion. But Imam Jafar Sadiq has said God is the best way to like worship God or something. I don't know how he said it, is through bid'ah, his bid'ah, because he's the originator. Then here it says badi, badiu, bid'ah.
Badi'u.
Badiu is the proper pronunciation. Originator. You know what is bid'ah? Introducing something new in religion, but in religion, like Shias do, the Sunnis say Shias do that, and it's not allowed, right? Like Umar bin Khattab introduced something new, but they accept that or prohibited, like let's say muta, or they say, or something like that, but it's with the Shias also, because there's a hadith which says that Prophet Muhammad actually cancelled it after having practiced it and made the Sahabas practice it. and then cancelled it. But something like if the Sahabas do introduce something new, then it's biddat, not allowed, and it's biddat, like it's a, then it becomes a prohibition. It becomes a sin. But Allah is the originator. So the point here again. Okay, back to the point. And how could he have a son when he does not have a companion? So Bibi Maryam didn't need a companion. Christian Prince explained to us that look at how stupid this is, right? In that way. Or no, like I don't want to put the blame on Christian. No, I'm not blaming Christian Prince, but I would also say like this is nonsensical. That Allah, thank you for putting sense in me, us. Like, how could he have a son when he does not have a companion? He doesn't have to have a companion. He just needs to say be and it is. When he makes an irada, Surah Yasin ayat, and then he's saying also this, he created all things. Huh? And Surah Zumar, he says, but his creation, wait, I hope it comes. I hope it flows. My mind doesn't, like I can explain, show you, and then explain it. Can you see this? He created all things. How can he have a son when he doesn't have a companion? And he created all things. Surah Zumar says, if I intended, I could have chosen from what I created a son and willed from my creation. But glory be to Allah. So is his intention lower, his will also lower than what he actually is, like his in his attributes. And here also, then it fails, right? He created all things. How can he have a son when he created all things? This is his creation, and he's not, he's the creator. How can he take a son from what he has created? How can he even send mercy of Allah, of his, from his creation, Prophet Muhammad? Ask if you don't understand it this way, it's a little abstract, and your mind doesn't help you with the logic contradiction, seeing the contradiction, then see this. And his attribute is mercy. He's mercy, right? How can he choose from his attribute, right? Mercy. Oh, so he created and make it personified as Rasulullah. We sent, we did not send you, but as a mercy to the worlds. Quran ayat. Maybe let's try this way. Maybe I'll stumble on the right way to show you, and then all your doubts will be gone in that there is no contradiction between those two ayats. Surah Anam I just showed you, 101, and Surah Zumar ayat 4, except as a mercy to all the worlds. So Prophet Muhammad is personified as mercy, sent. How shall I? Is there anyone who Urdu? I can't. Sorry, can't use Urdu. में तो और भी मैं खराब, terrible on this. So sorry, I can't explain it any other way or show it to you. By showing you, meaning when you see the logic and the illogical deduction, you know, okay, there's God. He intends. Like take the premise, right? This is the creation of God. God is the creator. This is the creation of God. He cannot have a son from what he has created, like that, right? So when you see it, if I can, and I haven't been an expert, I haven't done a PhD in logic to show you in that way, but maybe make notes now on this. He premises he is the creator from what he creates. He could, if Allah intended to take a son, he could have chosen from what he creates. Whatever. Oh, sorry. Going to Surah Anam. Originator. He's the originator of the heavens and the earth. How could he have a son? How could he? Of course he can. He's able to do all things. But then he gives the reason that this is his creation and he can't have a son. And then he says, well, I can have a son choosing from what I created and willed. Choosing, and then he comes up with his attributes. And he's Allah, he's the one. Okay, his name also. Glory be to him, he's one, Allah. He's the irresistible. Here it says he's the originator. Okay, so there are his attributes. These are his attributes. So you say his attributes do not allow him what he is in essence or what he is in his attributes. Do not allow him to intend to have a son and choose from what he wills. But Surah Zumar says if he did, he could. So we're going round and round again in circles. Unless you see the contradiction here very simply, but I'm unable to show you in other ways, like his attributes. This is his attribute. It's beyond his attribute in Shia Islam. These are just his attributes. You see, in Surah Allah, it says, glorify his name, not Allah, but his attribute, Allah. Allah is beyond his attributes, even in Shia Islam. I'm very clear on that about Shia Islam. I don't know about Sunni Islam. So, how can his attribute be personified here in Rasulullah? Rasulullah is created. Even the Shias know this, created intellect. Ismaili Shias know this. His light also, Allah's light, everything is created. The spirit he blew into Adam, we say it's created. And I was trying to show it's not created to the Shias even. Spirit cannot be created. Or it's a necessity, or it comes about, it is manifested. That's not a creation. Let me know, Ismailis. I wish I had a smiley to help me here about this, but I don't. And I can't give prior notice, so I'm sorry. Maybe they can't come like that. They must be busy or something. He create. Let's. So if can we take a simple way? He created all things. He's the originator, and he created all things. How could he have a son? And he created all things. So at least this is. Of course, he can have a son without having a companion like Bibi Maryam did. For example, now you see in when the Shias explain how in Eid Mubaila we remember this ayat about the similarity of Adam, of Jesus, is the same as Adam. Or we will say, oh, in miracle, like God can say, right? We do. So, how do the Shias explain this? Adam's Quran ayat. Oh, sorry. I want to go to Chris' Bible right now. Similitude of Jesus before Allah is as that of Adam. He created him from dust, then said to him, Be, and he was. So, of course, Adam was the first who was created through dust. But this is like Bibi Maryam bearing him about Jesus. It doesn't even make sense, this ayat now. Before, as a Shia, okay, I used to think, but go deep into this and see. It doesn't make sense. That yes, Lord is miraculous, Allah is miraculous, He can just say be and it is. But if you are going to say similarity of Jesus like in miracle, Allah is the miraculous. He, right? So indeed the example of Jesus to Allah is like that of Adam. But Jesus was born. He wasn't the first man created human being. Also that, how can this be? So I couldn't explain this ayat before. Now I can't believe I'm explaining it to the Shias even. So there's something missing that I couldn't pinpoint here. In this Al Imran ayat 59, also to explain it to myself. Yes, he's miraculous, but Jesus is not Adam. He wasn't created through dust. He was born. He was, uh, a baby Maryam bore him. Another lady bore him. Then he said to him, Be, and he was. No, it wasn't like that. Jesus didn't come from the dust on earth. Allah saying, Be, and he was. Jesus came out of Bibi Maryam's stomach. Sorry, I mean, he was in Bibi Maryam's stomach, sorry, not out. But she bore him. You see the contradiction. Whereas the Christians will try to explain, no, he's God and this, another way, but now this way, look this way. Just as Jesus, taking Jesus as human and Adam as human. Even then, it doesn't come up to what this ayat is saying. It doesn't logically, it's different. Jesus is to Allah is like, indeed, the example of Jesus to Allah is like that of Adam. No, it can't be. Oh my God, I just explained it to myself also. I never thought I could bring this kind of explanation. The Christians, any Christian who has, first of all, yeah, the Christians may have explained it. The first of all, Jesus is not Adam, the first human being whom God created out of dust. He was Jesus, came out of baby Maryam. She bore him. Such a simple explanation. Yet, so sorry, I'm not saying I'm better than Christian. Maybe I didn't realize. Okay, I don't mean to be proud or anything of that sort. It's not my intention, irada. God forbid. At least if there is a God, then, and I can't help. So sorry, Christians, I didn't mean. So even if like I read Christian explanation on this, then get it right. God is the miraculous overall, big picture. But Jesus was not created out of dust, at least on earth. He was, Adam was created out of dust. Yes, there was a method, a different method here. On earth, baby Mariam, and so Surah Mariam, when the angel comes to her and says, God has chosen you and to give you a son, pure and all this, she says, no man has touched me. Do I take refuge in Allah from you, lest you come near me? He says, no, Mariam, I'm this and that. I'm from sent by God. And Allah says, be, and it is. And then Allah says, He blew into Mariam's Surah, either this, let just go to Surah. So all these methods happened, right? Now what happens? First, the angel was sent. No angel was sent to Adam, or, Adam's mother or something. So it's, you see here, okay, he's the miraculous God. He can create what he wills. By just saying be, and it is. So here he says, what happens? It's not the dust. It's Surah 66, ayah 12 says, and the example of Mary, the daughter of Imran, who guarded her chastity. So we blew into her through our angel. There for Adam, God blew directly into Adam's clay, or right? From dust he was created, Adam. And God also there blew, he says, Quran ayat says, I blew into Adam directly. Here he says, the daughter of Imran who guarded her chastity. So we blew into through our angel. Let's see if it's, we breathed into of our spirit. It doesn't say through the angel here. Where does it say through the angel? Okay, here it says directly, but what did he blew into? We blew into our spirit, and she believed in the words of our Lord. Wait a minute, let me see. So this also, even though if it don't take this translation through our angel, or you can, it's the tafsir. So the angel blew into Maryam, Quran. Surah Maryam, the Surah Maryam. We blew into, huh? What about Surah? Is there in Surah? No, I want the ayat, Surah Maryam ayat 22. And Surah 15 ayat 29, let's see. Oh no, that's Adam. Let's go back. Surah Maryam ayat. Is there also an Ali Imran? Surah Ali Imran or Surah Nisa? No. Maybe search Surah Nisa ayat. No. Indicates that one who blew into. Oh, it indicates. Okay, I'm on the Muslim. the verse they say, Surah Anbiyat, we breathe into her through, it means, oh, Surah Anbiyat 91. Okay, so it indicates that Jibrail, the Ruh, sorry, I'm just, thank you for the help, Islam QA, Surah Anbiya, ayat 91. Even then, if it doesn't indicate that it was blown by Jibrail into her, it's not the same as Adam. God blowing into the clay of Adam, right? And mentioned the one who guarded her chastity, I Mary. So we blew into her through our angel. Let me see. And she who guarded her chastity, so we breathed into her of our spirit. It doesn't say through the angel. Quran had, please note, Surah Anbiya 91 doesn't say, the translation says through our angel, but we breathed, so we breathed into her of our spirit. Allah only says we. Oh. So is Jibreel and Allah like one in the we? Oh, there another question pops up in my mind. Trinity is coming, Christian Trinity. Christians will be happy to see this. Oh, I can't believe this. And if I, as an English person, knowing English, read English translations, I would be in guarded her chastity. We breathed into her of our spirit. That's the Abul Alamaudu, not Sahih International. It should be noted that the incident of the birth of Prophet Jesus was not different from Prophet Adam, because the wording of Arabic text in the two cases is almost identical. Of Surah Sa'ad, ayat 71 to 72. Um, Besides this, in verse 91, almost similar words have beats used in regard to the birth of Jesus. Peace be upon him. See also Surah An-Nisa ayat 171 and Surah Tahrim ayat 12. Allah himself has stated that the birth of Prophet Jesus, peace be upon him, was like the birth of Prophet Adam. In the sight of Allah, the case of the birth of Jesus is like that of Adam, whom he created out of dust and said, be, and he was. But Jesus came out of the, so that part where when when Maryam was breathed into, Maryam, not the, oh God, can you not see this? Look at the, so, can I explain this properly or not? We breathed into him of our, yes, breathed into Adam, the clay, when he was clay. But didn't God breathe into Maryam? And she wasn't clay. She was a human being, a spirit, miraculous births. Yeah, that's how we used to see it, even Shias, right? But you've missed that very important point that I keep repeating here. Jesus was not clay. That was the first human being. So this problem, you see, another problem that I couldn't explain that to myself as a Shia. Something is wrong here. Later on, I realized. No, no, the similitude of Jesus is not Adam in the way that when we, Allah, breathed into Maryam, he breathed into Maryam, not clay. So even though the miracle is there miraculously, but he breathed into Maryam. So sorry, similitude is not like Adam. Being the first human being made of clay, then Allah breathed into him of his spirit. That breathing, that process of miracle, yes, but on earth in a different way, uh, the process of miracle is the same, right? Breathing into clay or baby Maria, but now it's breathing into baby Maria, not clay. So it's different. The process of miracle remains the same, but a bit different. This yeah, the process of breathing into something to make it come alive. Breathing, Allah breathed His spirit into clay, but here Allah breathed into Maryam, a walking, talking human being, a female human being. And then you this Allah says, so this Maryam bore the truth. She's Siddiqa. And another point, they worship females. Allah used Bibi Maryam to bring about this miracle. And what a miracle she brought about, right? By saying yes, perhaps, to it, remaining chaste, and God chose her to bring about this miracle. Am I going too far now if I say they worship female Quran ayat and it comes from only the rebellious Satan? But there is a female who was so chaste, or who was chaste, that Allah chose her above all the women, right? Sayyidatan Nisa'al Alameen, chose her above all women. And here against the polytheists, oh, don't invoke, they invoke nothing but female deities besides him. Besides him also, and they invoke nothing but shaitan. When Allah chose Bibi Maryam above all women, it says in the Quran, and she brought forth the word of Allah true. No, it's Allah that created. Chuck aside Bibi Maryam. No, no. Allah praises her. As say, Allah doesn't praise any woman like He praises Bibi Maryam. Not even your Ummul Mumineen come. Prophet Muhammad's, not even Prophet Muhammad's mother is praised like Bibi Maryam is praised. In the Quran ayats, directly you can see. But it is Allah that brings about the miracle, but it is Allah who chose Maryam. Allah chose Maryam. And Maryam brought about the miracle by accepting the word of Allah. But what a lady, she was chosen. Quran ayat. And Sayyidatan Nisa'il Alameen. She's better than any woman. Allah has chosen you. And when the angel said, Mary, God has chosen thee. Ali Imran, verse 42. and purified thee. He has chosen thee above all women. Woo-hoo. Intercession should be, call on her. God will listen to you, I guess. He didn't choose me. He chose Maryam above all women. Intercession. This also points to be noted, right? So maybe I won't be able to explain properly, completely, or just leave the points like this going quickly sometimes or in detail at times. Okay, you get it. Get it, get it, get it. All these contradictions, all these questions unanswered, and now I have to answer it for myself in broken pieces that I am, right? Above all women. And let's see, let's look at, let's read this ayat here. And mention when the angel said, "O Mary, indeed Allah has chosen you and purified you and chosen you above the women of the worlds." O Mary, be devoutly obedient to your Lord and prostrate. Okay, this, and bow with those who bow. That is from the news of the unseen that we revealed to you, and you were not with them when they cast their pens, now the casting of the pens. So, who will be the guardian of Maryam? Zachariah was chosen. He said, "My Lord, make for me a sign." He said, "Your sign is that you will not speak to the people 3 days." And then Maryam's, glory be evening, 3 days. Okay, Maryam was chosen. So can I go back to, shall I go back to this ayat, Surah Anam and Surah, where is it? He does not have a companion. What could have Allah really said? Think about it. Now, another thing, really, my mind, then couldn't he have said, okay, he can, I don't think he should have said like this because it's all contradictory now. He should have said what he is, just that even his intention, he cannot, he cannot, no, I'm stuck. Why he cannot choose, why he cannot even intend to choose from his, I'm not able to say this properly. I've been trying for the stream and I forget and I had some things to do, but I'll try to contemplate. If you are a genius or you better than me, please come and help me here on this. uh, Muslims who feel, yeah, there's something missing, they've been asking questions on this. If you have, like Shaitan, how did he go into paradise, heaven? And why was God quiet? Like these kind of questions still in your mind, unresolved, unanswered. Like that, if you're those kind of Muslims, please come here. And if you have found an answer and then give it to me, please, so that I can understand at least in these kind of things. If Allah had intended to take a son, I'm trying to look at it like try. What do you call that? Brainstorming, and it's like I have fibromyalgia. Uh, how if he putting it this way, it shows me that his intention is below what his attributes. How can that be? And then here he says these are his creations. And then here he says if he intended, he could have chosen from what he creates, whatever he wills. Doesn't have to even beget a son. And if the Christians say he begetted a son, then you know who Mother Mary is. I mean, according to this Islam also, like then she's God, isn't she? If Allah can beget a son, Allah not being able to give birth, he's male, right? He's the father. A father cannot beget, but then the Mary is begetting here on earth. She becomes the earthly. So that also, that's for the Christians and all to think about. But for, and even the Muslims who question the, or please don't question the Christians on this, right? Because your own Quran this year, even the Muslims, so Allah doesn't beget. Yeah, but it's for the Christians to think. Okay. And yet, his intention, if he intended a son, he could have chosen from what he. So, but so he willed. I'm still stuck on the side. And then Surya announced, like but he says that how can he, who in the first place originated, like Badi, he's the Badi, Biddat, right? And he says to it, be, and it is Arada. So how can he have a son? Shouldn't there be another way of his saying it? This way he's got himself into trouble in Surah Zumar ayat 4. Or maybe my mind is, my intellect is not that good, below average, to understand this. But on this point, no one has written like any explanation. If Allah intended to take a son, he could have chosen from what he creates, whatever he wills. Glory be to him. He is Allah the One, the irresistible. Problem coming here, I'm contemplating, I go in a reverie, sorry, even on the live streams, and you may get silence treatment, silent treatment. Uh, so is it boring to discover together and take time? Maybe it will take forever, we don't know, and some pauses, some silence. Let's do it together. Help me. When you're involved in this, it will help. And when you participate, it will be interesting when we even pause for a while here, go into silence, contemplation together. So that will not be boring for you. Get involved in my streams. Please help me. And then, have I missed something? But now I don't think I missed in that Adam thing. Yeah, the process of a miracle is there. Uh, Not the same in the end, like it wasn't breathed into uh, clay, but it was breathed into Bibi Maryam. a lady who was on earth or a girl. So the similitude in this is not entirely, completely the same, right? The process until when he breathed into, the breathing into of his spirit, Allah's spirit, is the same as for Adam and for Bibi Maria. But there it's breathing into Adam in his clay, in his and breathing into Maryam here, different. So I can't take to be similar. Like a spirit he breathes into Maryam, that is similar. A word from Allah, and something is still missing. And yeah, I just cannot now uh, put the words and explain to you and show you more. So I will take a like break for now, right? And we'll be discovering together, hopefully, like this. Thank you so much. I'll leave you now with this. Let's discover together in this way. Uh, so, and round and round in this also, Surah 16, Ayat 43, I've who to ask, Muslims say this, the Shia say that, even the Ismailis say what the 12 Shia say. Uh, you see, unless when, so we could be going round and round, and the conflict on between Sunnis and Shias on this point, Surah 16, Ayat 43. So before leaving, okay, let me just tell, what shall I say? Then, if I'm a Shia, I will, when, and since I've proven that Prophet Muhammad, shall I take it this way? Not that I'm escaping, but because I can't find a proper other way, like scientific Einstein way, proper way, no one has, I haven't learned from my Shia way. So what I do is, I go to this ayat, oh Prophet, why do you prohibit what Allah has made lawful for you? So you see, what is the evidence that Prophet Muhammad is the true prophet? You would say the Quran. Once I show you that, have been showing you that the Quran, there are contradictions in the Quran, there are errors in the Quran. This cannot be the word of Allah if there are errors in the Quran. And contradictions also, there's a very direct ayat which says, if if this had contradictions, it would be from other than Allah. But we're trying to burn all the bridges, further the branches, meaning, go to the branches. Now, the fundamental, basic thing that, you see, you would say that Allah has given Prophet Muhammad the revelation. This is his, what do you call it, evidence of his being a true prophet. To every prophet, we have given revelations, scriptures, and all. So, this scripture is not perfect. It's got errors, it's got contradictions. So, this was evidence for Prophet Muhammad being a true prophet. This also has failed. The evidence, this is not proper proof. The proof is gone, it's shattered in pieces. The Quran, seeing it, have shattered in pieces Islam. And Prophet Muhammad being a true prophet, how can he even go to Ahlul Bayt? or any religious scholar now to understand the other ayats. And I'm pointing, helping the Muslims. If you go to other ayats and if you miss something, if your religious scholars still tell you and are adamant on it, that no, this is the true Islam and the true Prophet, and this person is just mentally retarded or something about her. Come to your experts, come to your experts. So I will keep helping you like this, Muslims, and keep going on the branches also of the like not the fundamental thing of the Quran. Fundamental thing of the Quran, it's broken. Do you get it? Contradictions that I showed you. And if that's not enough for you, still you're hanging on, I will keep helping, coming here and helping you. So you can say a retarded me, but then who's going to guide me? Like I went to a psychiatrist, right? And this psychiatrist didn't, could be a Christian, but my Quran, when I was a Shia, and I said, why? Well, a marja, my marja could go to London, Cromwell Hospital, and take help from the Christian or the non Muslim for his heart problem. But I was like, no, no, my Quran is saying this, right? That, what was the ayat? The truth has come and falsehood has vanished. Surely falsehood is a vanishing thing, and we reveal of the Quran that which is a healing and a mercy to the believers, and it only adds to the perdition of the unjust. Healing to the believers. And I found a young man. We went to, with my friend, I went to a Shia friend, Mehfile Murtaza. There, this young man told us for depression. I had to leave. So my friend told me that for you, that your question was answered, that for depression, read Surah Hijr ki, uh, ch- कौन सी आयत? छठी आयत, sixth ayat, के they say to whom the reverend, oh, surely thou art mad, right? Like how the psychiatrist would now think, I'm mad. They say, O you to whom the admonition has been revealed, you are surely crazed. Or why do you not bring down angels upon us if you indeed are truthful? We did not send down angels and all this. So a chatti ayat, yes, the sixth ayat of Surah Hijr, he said for depression, cure for depression, 40 days tell her, in water, dam karo usko, like puko. Please, the Shias don't spit in water. ये सुन्नी में भी होता है, like you just blow, make it holy water by blowing in the water. They don't spit with in the food or anything. Also that from Pakistan, many rumors. One of the rumors was this. So dam karo yani फूको, blow in the water. जैसे खुदा करता है, Allah करता है. In two instances for Adam and Bibi Maryam. The word depression. So the point is that there's healing in this. सही तरह नहीं पकड़े. जिन्होंने इस्लाम सही तरह नहीं पकड़ा, इसलिए problem. We asked him, that young Shia boy. He was Quran Hafiz, and he even knew, like, there's a cancer cure in the Quran, but unfortunately, I've forgotten, uh, or I didn't. He had given what is the ayat to recite for cancer cure in the Quran. The young Shia boy, a man, the young Shia man, young Shia. Okay, so this kind of a thing also from the Quran ayats, I feel. So the point back where, how did I start this? Huh. So you would say she's crazy. Why should we listen to her? And I would say, yeah, why should I even use my mind, whatever little I have left? And hosh, I have left senses. I'm in my senses, not completely, but there's some possession, feeling, and like controlling. But then why should I listen to the religious scholars even? And they will guide me. Like someone will say, go to our Sunni religious scholar. Someone will say, go to that Ahmadi religious scholar. Ahmadis would say, go to the Ismailis will say, go to our dais, or I can give you a dua, or religious scholar who are experts in this and normal. Whereas the Sunnis then will say the Ismailis are not even Shias, 12 Shias are not even Shias, but they have their religious scholars and they're normal, even proven. But yeah, I mean, they're normal. Otherwise, they would have gone to the, and like Freud. Who was Freud? Freud was Jew. So we go now to Freud, we go to psychiatrists. Who was no, he was the father of psychoanalysis. But when we go, who was the father? And psychoanalysis is used in for therapy, and there are therapists in our hospitals. Muslims go to. They saved my brother's life. They can these medications have saved many lives. Now the doctor was saying, I'll give you a new one that has minimum, even though the previous doctor also said the same thing, minimum side effects. But I didn't want to take it. Okay, so a little bit on my health, and but these they've saved lives. She said that many, so I'm not going to waste this, because these on addiction also, the tablets they give you, the medicine they give you, have saved lives. I've seen it in front of my eyes. Okay, my mother's prayer kept someone alive, and then later on, lives I've seen these medicines, but like not fully. So we need to take. Who says that? Also, there's so many points of bombardment in my head. We need, the Shia say that yes, we need to take. We need to say our prayers, and also need to take this what do you call it, help from hospitals. Go to the hospital, go to the doctor, like take help from these heathens. Wouldn't Jesus Christ call them the father of modern psychiatry? Is Philip Pinner, is often considered the father. Who is Philip Pinner? He's not, he could be an atheist, right? Biography, for that matter. Pioneering work. French psychiatrist, physician, and researcher that paved the way for modern psychiatric nosology, as well as humane treatment of the mentally ill. He is most well known for his decision to unchain mentally ill patients. Okay, I don't know his religion, but does it matter here? It doesn't matter, but I have to show you, right? Like, you see, non Muslims save lives, science with spirituality. Okay, I have to go now, sorry. End the stream. Someone is here.